Have you ever known you should feel grateful, but your body was just too miserable to care? I'm Jen, a burnout and vicarious trauma coach, and I most certainly do not have my shit together. We've been having a brutal heat wave here in Colorado. Weeks of mid 90s to low hundreds with no relief in sight. I'm enrolled in my electric company's Savers Switch program, which means they can override my thermostat on peak demand days. Last year, it was no big deal. I keep it at 78 degrees, and the override was usually 80. With ceiling fans on high, that's absolutely doable. The other day, it was 105 degrees. Again. And my electric company decided to hijack my thermostat and set my AC to 82. Apparently, just 2 more degrees makes a hell of a difference. My brain was foggy, I was crabby, but the cats? Oliver and Mirabelle were sprawled out like deflated balloons, shooting me accusatory glances as though they were moments from reporting me to the ASPCA. Despite our misery, we still had it pretty good. During the hottest part of the day, the power went out in our tiny town. But I have a solar system with battery backup, so we still had power, ceiling fans, and at least some AC. So I checked in with my older neighbors to offer them a place to be. Meanwhile, a friend of mine was actually struggling. She runs her own business, cares for a parent with Alzheimer's, is raising a teenager, and recently added a puppy to the mix because apparently she really enjoys suffering. When I called her that morning, she was in tears. Not dramatically sobbing, just completely worn down by the heat on top of everything else she was already carrying. I told her if she could get coverage for her mom, she was welcome to bring her laptop and stay at my house until the heat broke. She decided that since her daughter was with friends, she'd move the window air conditioner to her room and get some actual sleep for once. That night, around 12:30, I stepped outside to top off the water bowl I leave outside for wildlife. It was still 85 degrees at 12:30 a.m. I stood there for a moment thinking about my friend, finally able to run her window unit all night, thinking about other people I know who don't even have that, and the poor wild animals with no escape from the heat even at night. I came back inside, looked at my cat still draped dramatically across the furniture, and started lecturing them about how good they actually had it. It could be so much worse, I reminded them. They had air conditioning and fans and full water bowls, and no one was asking them to care for an ailing parent or potty train a puppy in triple digit heat. They were unmoved. And somewhere during my ridiculous monologue, I realized while my friend and I were both uncomfortable, only one of us was actually struggling. So I tried repeating my gratitudes that I had central air conditioning and power when others didn't, but it didn't really make a dent in my misery. Perspective is valuable. Gratitude matters. But when you're miserable, exhausted, or overwhelmed, it could be worse, is rarely the thing that helps. First, you need relief. Then maybe perspective can come in. This doesn't mean that gratitude and perspective are useless. It means timing matters. So here's my question for you. Where in your life are you trying to force perspective before there's been enough relief? Drop it in the comments. I'd love to know. And if you want more stories like this, melodramatic cats, heatwave wisdom, and reminders that timing matters, give this a like, maybe share it with someone who needs a little relief before a reframe, and stick around. There's plenty more coming.